Hey guys, and welcome back to today's video. A lot of action on the board to get our 10 top college football pick plays for today's action against the spread. You can check those out over at stumpthespread.com, links down in the video description, as well as our complimentary one-unit play over at stumpthespread.com, which is between Purdue and Wisconsin if you're interested in getting our play for that one against the spread as well. In this video, we're going to be talking about an ACC matchup here between Georgia Tech and Miami. Miami opened at about a touchdown favorite. It has receded slightly to about 6 to 6.5 points, so just under that one touchdown mark. Both of these teams sitting atop the ACC Coastal Division right now. Georgia Tech 3-1 overall, only having played 4 games at this point in the year because this group has been affected in their potential matchups against Central Florida as well as Miami with the hurricane situation. So the Yellow Jackets probably a little bit fresher than your typical team coming into a matchup like this, but the Yellow Jackets have been having themselves a lot of success in conference play thus far, picking up back-to-back convincing wins against Pittsburgh and North Carolina. Their one defeat came in that 1-point overtime loss against Tennessee back in their first outing this season. In their last outing, which was that 33-7 win against North Carolina, Georgia Tech again having a tremendous amount of success with that triple option ground game, picking up 403 yards on the ground. And on the year, Georgia Tech ranking second in all of the nation in rushing average at nearly 400 yards per game. Probably going to have a little bit tougher time moving the ball consistently as opposed to what we've seen out of the Yellow Jackets in some of their recent matchups, but should still have a puncher's chance at, again, putting up a lot of yardage on the ground, especially when you consider the fact that Miami, they're coming off of a very physical matchup last week on the road against Florida State, and whenever you go against a really physical, hard-nosed opponent, it can be tough getting up to the same level of play the week after that, especially Georgia Tech, a very tough team to prepare for, given that unique triple option. You have to be a very disciplined defensive unit. And Miami, they have the talent to potentially slow down this Georgia Tech attack, but it won't be easy, especially if they're a bit sore coming off of that Florida State victory. So the home team, Miami right now standing 4-0, 2-0 in conference with those wins coming against Duke and Florida State on the road. Some very nice results for the Hurricanes there. In that outing against Florida State, Miami was able to get a bit more done in the pass game than they were able to accomplish on the ground with 254 yards through the air compared to 83 yards on the ground. I do expect Miami to probably have a bit more balanced attack today with probably going to be having a little bit more rushing advantages here against Georgia Tech than they were able to have against that Florida State defensive front. And that'll be interesting to see how they kind of decide to play things out there, as last week they had 44 pass attempts compared to 29 rushing attempts. So heading into this one, Georgia Tech, like I said, they're getting 6.5 to 6 points, just under that one touchdown. This might go up to a full touchdown, but I wouldn't be surprised if it still hovered right in this 6 to 6.5 point range. A lot of people are probably figuring in the fact that Miami played in a very physical, tough, competitive matchup last week, and now trying to prepare for this unique Georgia Tech attack. Not going to be the easiest by any means. And then also Georgia Tech just having a lot of success this season, especially in ACC play thus far. And a team that, with running the ball a lot, means that there's typically less plays to be had, which means that these points are going to be having a little bit more value than if this was a really high-scoring affair. So with all that being said, we're going to go ahead, take the road team today, Georgia Tech, with those points as our best bet for this matchup. And again, guys, we've got 10 top confidence plays in college football for all of today's action against the spread. You can check those out over at stumpthespread.com, linked in the video description, as well as our free play over at our main site for the Purdue versus Wisconsin matchup against the spread. You can check that out as well. So thanks for stopping on in, guys. Click that subscribe button for more of this pick video content, and we hope to see you in future videos. Bye.